DTM car. Quite an awesome car, but we're in RaceRoom, one of my favorite sims, and we're gonna give it a go. 1 second, I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty right now. I'm trying to, stupid thing is, there we go. Wouldn't go away, but let's go ahead and get started. Let me pull up the chat so I can see if you guys have any questions. First thing we're gonna do is we are gonna go back to the garage. And I gotta turn down the volume so I can totally hear myself talk. And then the next thing is the ROI. I gotta adjust that. I don't know why my stream stuff like reset or something. It's like not off screen. That should be pretty good. Again, we're trying to get all of this content. Okay. Nothing like some technical difficulty. Can't even talk. Technical difficulties. But first thing we got to do is load up RST. We got it loaded for RaceRoom, but we got to do the car parameters. So I'm gonna pin that real quick. We're gonna look at the car setup. I'm gonna go to the data view so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at here. First things first, we gotta go to next session car params, and that's gonna bring up this screen. Just for the first iteration, I'm just gonna type in 705, and we'll have to refine that once we get a little bit closer and we get some data on the actual wheel diameters. Wheelbase for this car is right around 2.7. Front track 1.6. I'm sorry, I meant 2.8 here. Steering ratio is 450 degrees, and then we're at 13 degrees of lock. Oh, other way around, sorry. 450. A little dyslexic today, it looks like. So first things first, we're gonna go to front. So we have a spring rate of 180 up front, and then the rear we have a spring rate of 160. For now, we're going to leave the motion ratios at 1. We'll look at the pitch and roll gradients to kind of figure out if they're a different value. Front ARB is going to be 170 newtons. The rear ARB is 110. Transmission speeds, we're just going to leave them at 25. Someone asked me in one of the older YouTube videos why I use that value. And once again, let me restart my audio too. And the reason why is because you don't really need to look at them unless you're looking at the damper histogram labels at the top. And I never do. I always just use the shape of the histogram to kind of give me some information about what the car is doing. But I don't need to go the nitty gritty because the histograms are never going to be that accurate anyways. And they're good for figuring out like what the whole car is doing, but not to a decimal place. Final drive is 1.5. First gear is 2.2. Second is 1.625. 1.3. 1.083. 0.960. And 0.870. All right, so we have our car parameters in here. Notice that we didn't put anything for the IRs and we haven't put anything for the static heights. We'll have to go do a lap to get that data, but let's go ahead and save that. That way when we come back in here next time, it's a very easy just simple adjustment to get everything up and running. So let's go ahead and do some test laps, but first I need to put on my gloves. Got to protect the suede on the wheels. And then let's switch this back to the gameplay view. And then let's hit the pits. Ooh, that's weird, like what's up, Speed on? Speed Demon, how's it going, bud? So we're just gonna get a lap or two in here, guys. A little bit on the gas, a little too early there. Get back on the track. A little bit squirrely. It feels like I have no traction control in this car right now. So let's just get another lap or two. Get some data. Let's take a look. Really choppy through there. It's really weird. I wonder what's going on there. It says I'm capped out at 60 frames per second, but dang, it looks bad. Try something real quick, guys. I'm gonna turn off. I don't know why it's so freaking choppy. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the Riva tuner though. Let's see. Should have turned it off before closing it out, actually. So we are going to set that at something extremely high. All these technical difficulties today is killing me. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that right now, Speed. I'm just getting a feel for the car right now.
Your lap time was at 1:31.33.
Why is there a... One second, guys. What is going on? Why is there a... whatchamacallit? Race line off. That's weird. I've never seen that before. And all of a sudden I didn't seeing it. There we go. Love these DTM cars though. They feel absolutely awesome compared to a GT3 car. There's so much more downforce.
Sector 2 time is okay.
Almost seems like there's no traction control. Is there no traction control in these cars? Alright, let's do one more flying lap and then we're gonna pause.
That lap was a 129.78. That's your quickest lap.
So the reason we're pausing on the track here is we're trying to get some data where the car is not moving, so we can figure out our ride, installation ratios, and our tire diameters and a few other things. So now that we've paused, let's go ahead and get back on it. Honestly, the default setup feels pretty good. Not too many complaints here. A little bit of front rear lock up there.
Sector 2 is 0.47,
Hey,
slower than your best.
Sorry about that, guys. Wife's always coming in here. All right, got a grip for the car. Let's go ahead and look at some data. So pulling up the data here, so you can see right off the bat our wheel diameters are off, and the reason why is on this straight here. You can see on the straight these values should be pretty close to 0, and you can see they're not. So we need to change the diameters until those are on 0. So this needs to be way less. And you can see as I close it, it moves it back up. So a little bit too far there. Right in the middle. So 635. Right there. And then the rears. And then 1 second, guys. I'm going to adjust this because this little crackling is driving me insane. And some days it's okay, and some days it's horrible. So let's adjust this up to, okay, hopefully that helps a little bit with that. That's really annoying. And then this one, let's go like 640. A little bit too much there. So let's go 650. Oh yeah, it looks a lot better. So you can see after adjusting those car parameters, the line is right at 0. Which is what we're looking to accomplish. So we know that tire diameters there are set correctly. Let's go ahead and look at the damper speeds. We're looking at the travel because we're trying to figure out what the static ride heights are. So you can see I stopped at the track here, right at the start finish line. You can see right here because the value is 0, like the speed value is 0, but it doesn't look like I stopped very long, and that's because we're sorting by distance. So if I come over here and sort by time now, you can see I was stopped for much longer there than it looked like from the distance. So you got to be kind of careful of that. You got to know what axis you're graphing on. But this is going to tell us what the static ride height of the car is. So you can see it's about 2.7 up front, 2.6 on the rear. And that spring travel, that's not the ride height of the car. But that's going to help us understand what the loads of the car are. And the next thing we're going to look at is going to be the pitch and roll gradient. So you can see right here, it's pretty spot on. If this wasn't at 0, I would be a little bit more concerned. One way in RaceRoom that you can check that your IRs are set correctly is if you come into handling and wheel loads. So wheel loads is normally calculated by you know, a few other factors in other games. In RaceRoom, they actually give you the total wheel load. So we're actually getting this from the game. The component wheel loads are still being calculated. So what you're really looking for is that these total wheel loads are equal to the wheel loads on the total. So we're going to adjust these car parameters until that's the case. So if I go lower, so let's go to 0.7. Let's look what the front does. The values on the front get a little bit higher. They're a little bit too high now. So if we look at the same graph, that front right needs to be right around 2700. And right now it's at, sorry, I need to go the other way with these values. So let's try 1.1. See, that's too much. It's gonna be like 1.01. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit too much too. Let's see. So I'm just playing with these numbers until I get that front where it's gonna be equal to the total wheel loads. So front left 2700. 2700. Okay, let's look at the rears now. So the rears are the 2000, and then on the total wheel loads they are 2900. So a little bit more we gotta go. So let's try like 1.1. And that's one of these things, guys. These game developers are never going to give us the actual value. So you kind of have to be smart and try to figure out ways that we can try to identify. So this is just one of them for this game. But we're constantly trying to do this for other games too. So I moved it to 24 right now. It still needs to come up just a little bit more. So that rear left needs to be 9800. Getting close. Let's try 1.5. Alright, 1.45. And I think that's going to put us right where we need to be. Yeah, there we go. So if I look at my, my wheel loads here for the component wheel graph, they're going to be equal to the wheel loads here. So I know that I have the correct IRs now. And one thing to note too, the reason why, so typically these IRs for these cars are going to be less than 1. They're greater than 1 because this car has what's called a third spring. So we're getting some spring stiffness there, but we're not accounting for it in the corner spring stiffness. So it's a little bit of a, fudge factor there. But for what we're going to be using it for, this should be more than enough. So let's go ahead and save this. We're going to save it as the DTM Audi. Going to replace it. And now we know we have the correct car parameters. So first things first, like I tell, every stream, let's start off by looking at the T's and P's, the tires temperatures and the tire pressures. That's the most important thing when you're setting up a car to get right. So it's always the first thing that I look at. So we're going to go to run because run is a little bit different. It shows us the x-axis are, different laps. Oh, I forgot. These cars do not have the camper temps like we need them to. So we actually can't do the temperatures or set the campers in this game. I forgot. So in RaceRoom, some of the older cars, they use the older physics model, which is not as good. And they don't have the same tire temperature intermittent out that we have in other games. And even in this game on the newer content, which is kind of a bummer. I think ABS though. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see much here. Okay, so instead of doing T's and P's first, let's, again, with these older content, the pressures are pretty much the same anyways. Let's go ahead and take a look at our damper histograms. So you can see right off the bat, these damper histograms look really good. And that's because RaceRoom has some of the best, if not the best, default setups of any game. So most games you have to get the setup just to this baseline. Well, with RaceRoom, they give you the baseline just like this. So you just are going to make little tweaks here and there whenever you want the handling to be a little bit different. If the main thing that we're going to be using for this game, though, is going to be the lateral stiffness distribution. So we're trying to figure out, you know, in this turn right here, what the stiffness of the car is. And let's look at aero pressures, because again, this part of the track is a high-speed corner right here. You can see that by the blue section, and it's because we're going more than 100 kilometers per hour. We're pulling quite a lot of G's through here. So if I come to aero, and I'm going to look at the downforce, I can see there's quite a lot of oscillations here, and that's just noisy data, because essentially this Zolder's got a lot of bumps, so that's upsetting the chassis a little bit, which is going to affect how the car feels with total downforce. So that might be something what we want to do, is increase the stiffness. If I come to the suspension tab, and let's look at the FFT, you can see it's pretty stiff, but there's a little bit of peaks here, so we might increase the stiffness just a little bit more. Overall, though, one of the things that we're looking at the stiffness distribution is that this is, you know, around 50 to 60, and you can see this is pretty much straddling that value the whole time. So that's pretty good. We're not going to need to make much of an adjustment there, and the same with the aero pressure, center pressure. If we look, it's right around 60, which for this car is pretty much where we would want it to be. Let's look at the damper histograms. You can see there's a little bit of a bias here, a little bit of rebound more. Let's look at the high speed. Let's see what's going on there too. So let's see if there's any you know, high speed regions, especially right here. This is the curbs where we're going over the chicane. So again, here what we're looking for is the rebound speeds on the rear axle to be a higher velocity than the front rebound velocities. And the way we do that is, again, anything below the 0 axis here is going to be rebound, and we're looking that the front rebound speeds are a lower peak than the rear. So you can see right here, the red and the blue are the front axle, the yellow and the green are the rear, which they're about the same height for this initial one. This middle curve right here is about the same speed. The rebound's a little bit faster, which is good. It means we're going to be stable over curbs. Oh, we can't adjust high speed? Can we not? Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Let's see. I haven't even seen what we can adjust here. Yeah, you're right. Wow, that sucks. Completely can't change it at all, huh? Yeah, I should have looked at all these setup adjustments before. So you can change the spring rate. You can't change the tire pressure, so I guess I'm glad I didn't spend too much time trying to look at that. You can't change the cambers. Slow bump, slow rebound, so the dampeners. The ride height we can adjust. Spring rate we can adjust. A little bit of a rake there. Yeah, no TC, so that's why I was spinning out on those low speed corners, which is good to know. Differential, we can't really adjust too much. We can adjust the preload, but honestly the car did not feel too bad with like the preload settings that we were at. So one thing I am gonna try is a little bit more slow rebound on the rear, and the reason why, let's go up like quite a bit. The reason why is because when I want my car to turn into the apex, I want it to have a little bit of oversteer. I want it to really point in towards that corner. If you increase the rebound slow rebound on the rear axle, it's going to give you more corner, because it's going to allow that weight transfer to be a little bit higher. It's going to remove a little bit of the load on that rear tire, because it's going to store some of the energy from the spring. So we're going to increase that just a little bit. And then the front bump, we're going to increase it just like 2 or 3 clicks. The car felt a little bit lazy to my inputs. And one of the things is dampeners they're really quick to respond, because with the spring, to get a spring force, you have to displace it a certain amount of time, like a certain amount of distance. With histogram or dampeners, it's a velocity. So as soon as you hit that velocity, it's going to be applying out force. So it's much faster in response. So that's why we use them to tune for transient behavior a lot of the times instead of springs or ARBs, because they're not displacement related, they are velocity related. But yeah, let's go ahead and save this. And then let's just go ahead and do a few more laps. I'm looking at my tire wear. I forgot to mention that. I'm pretty even. It was like 95 up front, 95 in the rear. And that's a really good indicator that we're getting good tire wear throughout the life too. And I think I have that. Let's see. Don't know if I've looked at it for this game, so it might not even be right. Yeah, here we go. So looking at the tire wear, we had 94 on the front left and 94 on the rear left. So the tire wear is really even. And again, that means that we have a very balanced setup. If we had more wear on the front, it would probably mean that we're scrubbing the front a little bit too much, and we need to bring back the cornering lateral stiffness distribution backwards. So we'd increase the stiffness on the rear, allow a little bit more weight transfer on the rear, which would wear down the rears a little bit faster, add some oversteer. Or if we were having the opposite, too much wear in the rear, we'd increase the stiffness at the front. But tire wear is looking really good. And again, honestly, these setups are, pretty hard to make adjustments to, because they're just so good out of the box. Even like looking at the, the gearing here. I'm not even sure what the red line is, like 9,000 looks like. 8,500 maybe. Yeah. So looking at this is a pretty good indication of the power band. You can see it's a really flat power band up top. But we're averaging right around 480 horsepower. So we're right in this range for all of the gearing. So the gearing is pretty spot on too. If I actually come to the theoretical gearing, you can see I'm keeping it in the power band pretty much the whole time. These white lines are the power band for the car. And then, sorry, just looking at, I need to adjust the total gear ratio. I think it's off. So let's look real fast. I thought it said 1.5. Let's do. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So what gear are we at right here? In this year, we're in gear 5, which is the red. So we should be at 7,500. So it's a little bit lower than that. Oops, higher, sorry. A little bit more. Alright, what are we at? 4. We went to 5. It's gotta be 4.5 then. Yeah, so the reason I knew that was off. The reason I knew that was off is because I'm in 5th gear and my RPM was 7,800, and it was saying my theoretical for that was like 2,000. So I knew that was off. We're looking at here, yeah, gearing is looking pretty good. So right here we're in 5th gear. Right into the end of that. If we were in 4th gear, we'd be hitting the red line. So yeah, we're getting a lot of this car. We're not going to need to make a change to the gearing at all. Again, that's really bumpy, but that's just kind of, that's just Zolder. That turn is extremely bumpy, especially this front sector. There's the chicane. All right, let's go ahead and give that a go. All we did really is a little bit of a dampener adjustment. Again, trying to get that turn in exactly how we want. But let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm gonna try something real quick too, guys. So I'm getting some like really bad like performance out of my monitors, and I'm curious if it's because I have it in the like the mode. So let's see. Oh no, let's change that back. How do I change that? I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. So I have AMD FreeSync, and I know. Oh shit! I hope that didn't mess stuff up. I accidentally turned it off. Let's see if that makes a difference. It just makes it like extremely hard to play these games. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try this actually, because it was already in the game mode. Oh, they did not save my settings. Alright, one more. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just kind of testing this because I'm so tired of like the performance being crap. And I know it's like not my computer because it looks fine on stream. Alright, let's see. See what this is like. Oh yeah, that was definitely it. Smooth as butter now. Oh, I lied. It's still kind of choppy right there. See, I don't get why it's so choppy looking because I don't know. It says I'm at 60 frames per second, but it definitely does not look like 60 frames per second. Why is it so laggy? You know what I'm gonna do? Sorry guys, I'm gonna turn on I'm gonna quit real quick. I gotta turn on something because I can't even play when it's like that. Let's turn music on. Loading screens are fun to wait on. Why is this taking so long? Time to get a drink. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Totally wrong event. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, I wonder if they changed something. Like, it's just weird because it says my graphics is okay. Like, it says I'm running at 60 frames per second, but it definitely doesn't look like I'm running at 60 frames per second. Okay, that was quick. Much quicker that time. Alright, let's load that setup again. Nice. I think this is back straight as when it was like. Alright, this is where it was getting choppy before. No choppiness. Yeah, I don't know why it was so choppy on my screen. Whatever. We'll use VSync. Car feels really good, but I mean, it felt really good out of the box, so. Yeah, speed said to keep it out of second, so I'm trying not to. Maybe this, you know, let's just get this set up a little bit more dialed in, and then I'll show you guys how to do driver development. That might be better. Oh, shit. Yeah, tire wear is looking really good all the way around, so let's just do a few laps. Runs so smooth now. Keep it in there. Gotta be careful over those curves sometimes. They can be pretty dangerous. A little bit of push there, but unexpected to be honest.
That was a 128.41.
There we go. It's crazy how heavy the steering feels though. Probably go a little bit less wing too. It was right around 60, 61%.
Sector one time is good.
Alright, we got a little bit more wear up front now. $95 up front, 96 in the rear. Let's do like kind of a long run here. Let's do...
That lap was at 127.32. Sector 3 time is fast.
Woo, using the whole track right there, boys. Yeah, maybe one less rear wing. It feels like a little bit pushy on high speed sections here. We could also move the rear ride height up just a little bit. Let's look at the rake when we get back in.
Sector 1's quick.
Woo, getting some time there, boys. I love these DTM cars. So much fun to drive. Kind of sad. So RWB is doing a DTM
Watch the
league
track
right
limits,
now.
please, Zach.
I'm really sad I didn't do it because I love these cars. They are so much fun to drive. Oh shoot! Yeah, I shouldn't have been in first gear there. Sorry guys, for my dogs. Lost some time there. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna look at the data, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna move that rear wing back just a little bit. See, a little bit of push through there, which isn't a bad thing. Like if this was a race setup, I would probably leave that because it's nice to have a little bit of stableness. But I think it's a little excessive, especially in that first sector. Maybe a little bit more rake too. I'll have to look at the rake values. Getting a little bit of push in low speeder corner, so if I make the rake adjustment, I'll get a little bit more turn in on the low speed stuff and on the high speed stuff. Yeah, a lot more front wear now. We're at 91% front wear on the front left. I had on that one. That was fun though.
Your lap time was 128.27.
Right,
Sector 3 is 0.9. Off your best.
So I'm kind of curious what the rake is again. So we're gonna load the car parameters. I don't know if I saved them or not. Let's look at the rake. So if I look at the run graph, you can see. Let's see. Yeah, I can't zoom in on these graphs. You can see at the end, the front left was at 91, the rear left was at 93. So we're wearing down the fronts faster than the rears. And it's okay for like a sprint race, but if you're doing like a longer race, like an hour or 2 hours long, that's really going to change the handling of the car. The car's going to start understeering more and more and more. And we don't want that. We want both the front and the rear to wear down at the same rate. That way, the cornering balance of the car doesn't really change. Just the overall grip level does. So I can feel a little bit of push in the high-speed corners and a little bit of push in the low-speed corners. So I either do a narrow adjustment, which would be a pretty big significant change, or I could do a rake adjustment. The thing with the rake adjustment is it's going to improve both the low-speed understeer and the high-speed understeer, whereas the wing adjustment will mostly affect the high-speed. So let's look at the aero tab and see what our rake was. And coming down the straight, again, rake is probably the easiest to adjust when you're looking on a straight, because you have too many oscillations and things like that when you're looking elsewhere. It is right around 0, a little negative, maybe -1. Yeah, let's add some rake to this setup. And let's just see if that helps with the understeer that we're feeling. Again, it's going to make the high speed and the low speed feel a little bit better. So let's go ahead and drive. And get back on it. Oh, one second, I gotta put the gameplay screen back on. There we go. Oh yeah, much better, guys, much better. Let's do some laps though. Let's just make sure you know, everything's feeling good, and then we'll look and analyze what that did. So much better. Alright, here we go. Coming in first foot flying lap. Too heavy on the brake. That's the thing that the brake's gonna kind of mess up with. That brake box up just a little bit. Beautiful. Really get on the throttle early because I get the car pointed exactly where I want to. Yeah, that push is almost gone there now. Just a little bit of a reg adjustment. Chasing her goes. A little deep there. Yeah, I think I like it at 58, to be completely honest.
That last lap was at 128.14. Sector 3 is 0.8, off your best.
Oh yeah, that was nice. Up 3:10 so
Sector 1 time's okay.
Definitely a little more lively now, but I like it. Tire wear is looking a lot better. Also a little bit of time in that last sector though.
127.81. That puts you 0.49. Slower than your best.
Man, I'm 8 7/10 right there. Alright, we gotta see if we can improve
Sector 1 time is good.
these other sectors though. There you go, that was nice.
Sector 2 time is good.
I'm wondering if attack the first part of the chicane here. Okay, we'll give it a go.
You've just done a 126.70. Sector 3 is 0.15 off your best.
That's a little bit of time there. I turned in way too early through there. Alright, we're really gonna attack this corner. I'm not sure how I held on to that, to be honest. That was a little too much, probably. Might have meant that chicane, I'm not sure. What chicane were you talking about? Speed? I definitely gained a lot of time right there. Oh, too deep, too deep.
That was 126.31. That's your best lap in this session.
Oh man, I don't know how I didn't go off track right there. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Yeah, using some throttle to lock up the dip through there makes such a big difference. Definitely driving this car like I stole it. That. Too slow. All right, let's look at some data. All right, let's analyze. Definitely some quicker lap times. Let's look at the traction circle. So I'm kind of curious if we expanded that out a little bit. So it looks like, you know, 2.5 Gs. Maybe a little closer to 3 over here. Yeah, just about the same with these others. So we didn't really increase that traction circle that much. Car definitely had more turn in for that one turn for sure, though. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit more rake now. Yeah, not much though. COP is right around 56. What were we at before? Right around the same, it looks like. Maybe a little bit higher. Let's look at this sector 1 though. Trying to see what the rear is doing. So maybe lost a little bit of downforce by going higher. We gained a little bit there. Let's see. Slow down the straights. 19. 18.2. Yeah, so we gained maybe just a little bit of downforce through there, so that's not too bad. More rate, probably, we're not still on the diffuser. Let's see where we're like losing the majority of our time. This is our fastest lap. If I sort this, let's see where we're losing that time at. So this is we're gonna set, because the setup's pretty well off from the default. I mean, there's not really much that we're gonna change, honestly. But we are gonna look at the driver tab. So this is typically how I learn how to get faster at a trap. So first, you have to select a lap here with a check mark, and then you select like a lap to compare it to. So I'm gonna do the 27.0. I like to do laps where there is it's middle of the road, so I'm not picking up all of my mistakes, but I'm also not picking my slowest lap. And one thing to do is go to the driver tab and then time slip, and then you're gonna know at the bottom graph where you're losing time. So this is looking at the 2 laps and figuring out where you're gaining time or losing time when you compare them against each other. And then one thing to do too is to kind of go through the other laps. Look for reoccurring patterns. So you see these 2 laps almost look the exact same. I'm losing time in the same places. Typically, if you're losing time in the same places, that's the corner that you need to focus on to get better. So looking at both laps, it looks like I'm losing time here. So let's look at the 2 laps and let's see what the difference is. So looking at the speed trace up here, the blue line is the slower lap and the red line is the faster lap. You can see I was slower coming out of the corner right here. I probably had to lift because I was going to go wide or something like that. If I look at the driving thing, the driving line tab, you can see that's exactly what happened. So, I'm getting on throttle pretty much the same point between the 2 graphs. But one thing to note is you can see the red here is nice and smooth steering input. And you see how the blue is a positive peak and then a negative peak. That was probably oversteer that I was catching. And that's probably why I had to get off the throttle. And that's probably why I lost all that time. Let's compare these 2 laps. Yeah, these 2 laps are pretty much the same. Maybe the same kind of chicane. So this is the second chicane. Not the one with the sausage curbs. And maybe not the same thing. It doesn't look like I was catching an oversteer, but I definitely got off throttle a little bit more than the red lap. So we can definitely make some changes there. I don't think I want to make any setup changes there because honestly the car feels fine. It's just my ability to get on the throttle there. It needs to be a little bit smoother. Yeah, because if I look at the high-speed dampeners, this is where I'm going over the curbs. And it looks okay. Let's look at what the differentials is. Isn't it unlocking a whole bunch here? Yeah, it is. Let's try actually increasing the preload a little bit here. So increasing the preload is going to just stable up the car a little bit here when I'm not on the throttle. So you can see here I'm not on the throttle and there's a lot of unlocking. So if I increase the preload, it should help with that. That should stay locked a little bit more. Which is going to give me a little bit more stability over those bumps. So we're just going to go to drive line, and that's the differential, and we're going to increase it. Let's go about 7 clicks. Oh no, my RaceRoom's going to crash on me. It always does this, I swear. No idea why either. Just like intermittently like doesn't respond. It just hates me, I think.
We're seeing front locking going into turn 1.
Yeah, this setup feels so good. Like the RaceRoom setups are so on point, it's crazy.
You're locking your left front into the first chicane.
Right, let's reset here. Easy out lap, guys. Easy out lap. It's crazy how much downforce these things have. It's absolutely insane. I see what you're saying though, Speed, on that chicane. It's way better to attack that first
the second chicane.
Gotta be really careful going on the power there. No traction control, and it's a low speed corner, so. Definitely feel the differential staying locked level wise. Helping with the stability just a little bit more. Again, if you have a differential that's staying locked mid-corner, it's going to give you a little bit of more stability. It causes a little bit of understeer. As I go wide. That was just a driver mistake though, not a car mistake. Got a cut there.
You're outside of track limits there.
Really hard to get on the throttle out there. I might decrease the rear bump compression just a little bit. We'll have to see. Speed says, I can't. Your set completely different than what I've been running. Oh yeah. This setup is mostly the default speed. I haven't really made much adjustment. There's a little bit more low speed rebound, a little bit more rate to get the turn in right here. That's it.
Sector 1 is 3.8 seconds off your best.
Might make it a little softer and bump though.
Okay, Zach, you need to watch these track limits.
Focus down now. There we go, there's 2 tenths. Getting on the power nice and early.
Sector 1 is quick. Within the lines.
Up 2 tenths. I don't know how. So you said I did the ride height to mid on the front, the 160 front spring. Yeah, you went softer. You increased the rate just like I did though, but you did it with the front, not the rear. I think I'm gonna make the bump compression a little bit softer. Only reason why is because the chicane.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Having a little bit of more of a compliant wheel will feel a lot better. I had a horrible line through there. We're gonna make that adjustment real quick. Yeah, let's just try going a little bit less slow bump. So 6 clicks all around. And the reason why is because, again, it's gonna make the wheel more compliant. No, it's gonna crash on me. God, I hate RaceRoom when it does this all the time to me. It does this every time to me. No. Usually it'll come back too. There it goes. Ooh.
You're locking your front going into turn 1.
Feels okay. My wife. Dasher, get off of here. See, that's the thing. I come home from work and my wife's like immediately hungry. What? Just whatever. Just give me something. Alright, I think she's gonna go pick me up some food. So much time to gain there by being brave. Oh, I'm gonna get cut. You can't cut the second one like that.
Mind these track limits, please, Zach.
You can cut the entry, but you can't cut the exit. Wow, that had so much. Damn, speed. That sounds good. I will definitely have that to eat. So we gained 3/10 there by going a little softer on the bump compression. Definitely feels a little bit better. Let's do a few more laps, so. Lost a little time in second one.
This lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits.
I gotta learn to not cut that so much. I kind of want to maybe soften it up even a little more. Let's soften her up all the way around. Let's look at the data real quick, just to make sure we're not making a rash decision here. I'm kind of curious what the histograms are after the lower bump. Yeah, not bad. Let's go a little bit, let's see, 18, 19. Let's go a little less bump on the front. You see how we have a little bit of a bump bias, these bars right here, a little bit higher. Let's decrease that bump dampening just a little bit. We're gonna go back to the garage. And front, we're gonna decrease that slow bump just a little bit more. Oh, I thought it was oh, interesting. I thought we did we not? I thought we did. I thought we adjusted this down. I must have gone the other way. Did I go increase? What the heck? I thought, I'm very confused what's going on. Let's go down to 13. 13 up front too. I thought I adjusted that, but I guess not. Let's decrease the anti-roll bar too. And then I'm let's see, do I want to do that? Trying to debate if I want to keep the anti-roll bar where it's at and drop the rake, or drop the anti-roll bar just a click or two. Let's keep it where it's at. Let's see how it is. If it's too much oversteer, then we'll change it. But the reason I'm changing the hey, what's up, Billy? How's it going, bud? Welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh. If anyone here knows how to prevent RaceRoom from trying to kill me, trying to kill the stream, please let me know. I don't know why it always just crashes like that. Awesome game, but it absolutely drives me insane sometimes. So the reason I decreased the front anti-roll bar is it's going to make the car a lot more compliant over bumps. You have to remember, ARBs limit single wheel compression. Whenever you load up one tire, it tries to load up both tires because it's coupling it again. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So decreasing the ARB can actually help you with riding over bumps if you can't adjust your high speed dampening. Carpel's a little slugger, more sluggish than inputs, but it's okay here. Gotta not do that. Tire wear is looking better with the yeah, I'm glad I kept the ARB, the rear one, where it was. We're up 2/10 right now.
Sector 1 time's okay.
That was really aggressive. That was a lot of curve right there.
Alright, Zach, you need to watch the track limits.
Alright, let's see if we can chain that all together. That's just a lot of time that we can gain. We just gotta do it right. Oh man, what did I do? 1 second. It's like in some weird... There we go. That was weird. I don't know if you guys can see what I saw, but it looked like... I started slow, but I'm still... Yeah, the car is so much better over the curbs after the ARB adjustment. It's insane.
Sector 2 time is good.
Much better exit. There's this 2/10. It's all about getting the car pointed where you want it. What's up, Voodoo? Welcome to the stream, bud.
You've just done a
How you doing today?
125.94. That's your fastest lap. Sector 1 time is good.
Wow, you can abuse that chicane so much, like a crazy amount. Ah, way too unstable through there. Alright, let's look at our damper histograms. Let's see what's going on here. You know, overall pretty good. Let's go just a little bit more less front bump. Just a little bit more. So like maybe 2 clicks. Again, we're trying to get the let's go down to 10. Trying to get that bias out just a little bit. Honestly, the car's feeling pretty darn good. Could probably, I don't know if I want to go much softer though, because the car's already feeling kind of sluggish to inputs. Like if I look at the pitch and roll gradient, like we started out before. Let's see. Where we start up? Oh, I guess we haven't really gone down too much. I guess the car's just so low, anyways. Let's see. What's the ride height doing? Yeah, plenty of room here still. Looking at damper speeds. Let's see. When we go over the chicane, like right here, are we hitting it but with both? So what we could do is we could go stiffer heave. Let's do that. Let's go a little bit softer. I don't know how much softer I want to go right here. Let's go the 160. Drop down the But what we're gonna do is increase this. Oh wait, we can't adjust the third spring. Never mind. We're gonna keep that the same then. We're actually gonna drop the front just a little bit. That should help with the loading on that front outside. I didn't realize these cars had no ABS and no traction control. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Wish this thing won't crash on me. I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but it keeps trying to kill the stream. There we go. It like progressively gets worse once it starts to happen too. I don't understand why. Oh, sorry, my wife said something. I look back.
You're locking your fronts into turn 1.
Lots of turning. Just trying to kind of nitpick. Honestly, the setup's really good. Oh man, that's nice. That feels really good. We can probably really abuse these curves. I'm gonna move the brake bias up just a little. I need to analyze it to see what it's at. It's okay. I feel like the rear is locking up just a little bit though. Wow, where did all this time come from? I'm up 6/10.
Sector 1 is quick.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're there, boys, with the setup. As I slide around the corner. Oh. All right, let's restart. I think this is it. Car felt really good. I just totally botched it on the last sector. I just got a little bit too risky. Got on the throttle way too early. Yeah, for RaceRoom, you get the total wheel loads from the game, so that's how I normally do it. If you scroll back in the video, like after we publish it, you'll see you can kind of get the IRs that way. We are trying to get a database together.
You're locking your left front, braking for turn 1.
Hopefully when we do that, you guys will have the drop down. But for now, that's all we got. really not look at the chat when I'm about to go push a game. Man, this car feels good. You can just really hustle it, you know? This is the only corner you gotta kind of be a little bit cautious on. You could honestly go a little bit more diff locking to get around that corner a little bit if you wanted to trail brake around it like that. Too much curb on the exit.
Sector 1's quick.
That was sloppy. Let's do one more lap, guys, and then we're probably gonna do a race because I'm very happy with this setup. Gotta stop braking so deep there.
That lap was a 127.64. Sector 3 is 1.7 off your best. Sector 1 is a 10th off your pace.
Slowed down too much, could have took way more speed through there.
Sector 2 is 0.32 off your best.
That first gear is killer. Absolutely killer.
That was a 126.76. You're now 0.8, slower than your best. Sector 1 time's okay.
That felt really good. Really good through there. Nice. 6/10. Eight-tenths, baby. Let's go. This setup's looking really good. that really crappy SF, still gonna be at 5:10.
Your lap time was at 125.
All right, guys, let's look one
Sector
more. I'm pretty happy with that.
0.06
So
off your best.
I don't know if we're gonna make many adjustments here, depending on the data. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The car felt really good, really balanced. One thing I did when I checked out are these the lockup speeds. Make sure the brake bias is set okay. So what I'm looking here for is just at the end of this long braking zone, like right here. Am I locking up the rears, locking up the fronts? So I was at 59, and you can see I am locking up the rears just a little bit. 3.5 up front, 4 on the back. Let's look at another like heavy braking zone though. Let's see at this hairpin what I'm doing. Hairpin also locking up the rears a little more than the front. So I need to move that brake bias up. I think it was at 58 last. So let's move up to 60 for the race. But we're going to go ahead and start a race, guys. So I'm going to exit out and go to single event. We are going to do Zolder in the DTM 2016 car. Red. AI difficulty. Full grid. Full damage on. Everything. Let's go. Let's do let's do like 30 minutes because I'm already getting kind of tired. Let's just do 20 minutes, I guess. I'm getting really tired, so we'll keep it kind of short. All right, guys. Not sure where we're going to be starting. Let's move that brake bias up forward. Ooh. Yeah, it's 259. That should be right on the money. I'm not sure how much fuel we need. Let's check real quick. So we're going to look at the fuel. We're doing... you know, 20 minutes. It's about a minute and a half. So let's do 15 laps or 16 laps to be safe. So we need about 37 liters of fuel. So let's adjust. Let's do 38. We'll save it. And then let's send it. All right. It's going to try to crash on me right here. Like always. Gotta figure out what's causing that. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. For some reason, I don't know why, but my game always just hates me. It's always wanting to crash on me.
Okay, Zach, get ready. Go, nail it.
Oh, he just sent it on the inside. Absolutely sent it on the inside. All right, let's catch him. Went a little too deep there.
Locking your left front going into the first chicane.
Got Team of Glock in front of me.
Car left, clear left.
Right here though, boys. See if I can catch him. Kind of
into Tombe. Behind is now 0.
Love the AI in RaceRoom. If you've never played RaceRoom, guys, check it out. It's such a good game. My only complaint about RaceRoom is the default setups are too good. Doesn't really give me much chance to do setup work.
DRS is now available.
I don't even think I have a DRS button mapped. I probably should have done that. Oh, he's trying to take the inside. We're gonna guard this inside line.
On your right. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
Wow, he went way over the curves.
Come on, don't let him get away.
He just bailed out.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Tombe. Car right. Right side's clear.
Man, these AI are freaking good here. I have it like at 113. I should turn it down. Too far back to make a move here.
Come on, keep digging. E9. Don't forget your DRS.
Trying to get this drive, but this guy's like all over me.
The gap to green ahead is increasing. It's now car left. Clear left.
There we go, nice. Good little run through there. They slow down so much though.
Ocon is now leading.
I don't need a splitter though, right?
Keep the pressure on, don't give him a break. He's slow into the second chicane. Good lap, that's your best in the session. Car right, clear right.
Man, that AI is really trying to squeeze in there, isn't he? Jesus.
Okay, Zach, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Relax, focus, keep it smooth.
And they're going too wide. Woo, this is a battle. Couldn't see the corner. Gotta back out
Car
a
in
little
front
bit.
of us is green. Car right. He's still there.
Oh, he forced me on track.
Still there. Right side's clear.
Trying to take the outside lane, but oh.
New fastest lap for Blomqvist, 126.36 P8. That lap
Alright,
time
let's
was
send it right here, boys.
127.52. Fastest lap for Motara, 126.00. Right side.
Ah,
Still there. Clear right.
damn. That was my mistake too.
Oh, Zach, come on, mate. Defend your position.
This is good racing though. This is fun. Blows my mind that you can race this close to AI.
Cadella is now leading. Car right. Right side's clear. On your left.
Ooh, what's going on?
Clear left.
Wreck up here or something.
Car right. Still there.
We're gonna lose 2 positions.
Right side's clear.
Because of that.
Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left. Car left. He's still there. Clear left. V12. This guy's in DRS range. Use your DRS when it's available. Car right.
Oh, you kidding
Clear
me?
right.
This forces his way
The
right
gap
in
to
there.
extra behind is increasing. It's now 1.2 seconds. Gap to Guts ahead is now 0.5.
We can stay in this pack right here. Be a little good battle.
Car left.
Golly,
left.
JR is reckless here.
Well done, Zach. Good pass. Nice front. Hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes. Stay on it. This isn't over yet. The guy behind has now got DRS. Good luck. That's your quickest today.
I'm gonna keep this inside.
On your right. Clear right. On your right.
Hey, I'm gonna stand. 10 more minutes.
Still there. Clear right.
Man, we are not having a good outing today. We're losing so many positions right now. Alright, come on, let's get these positions back. Game looks absolutely like such a good-looking game compared to like iRacing
right.
and stuff. I love it.
Clear right.
Like, why are they doing that? They like dive bomb.
10 minutes remaining.
Right there.
10 minutes. Halfway home. Fuel looks good.
Nine ten slower.
E14.
in
You've
this
just
traffic.
done 127.84.
Hot lapping earlier. Crazy. Alright, let's send it right here, boys.
Okay, Okay, Zach, keep piling on the pressure. He'll make a mistake. He's slow into the second chicane. Right side. Clear right. Motara is reeling you in. The gap's now 0.23. He's faster than you through the first chicane. Car right. Right side's clear.
Need more practice here at this track.
Don't panic. P15. The next car is Motara.
Missed that apex.
You've got half your fuel left. The gap to Motara ahead is increasing. It's now 2.7 seconds. You need to be a second closer for DRS.
It's crazy how much loads on that front left outside tire through there.
Alright, Zach, the next car is extra left side, clear left.
Some kind of wreck through there. That was weird. Almost want to take that in third gear, just for the better traction.
That's your quickest lap in this session.
A little too early on the throttle there, pushed me out. Peter says, don't you just love this car? Yeah, it is a lot of fun, Peter. I love the DTM cars in general, though. They're so much fun to drive, I think. Trying to catch this pack. We've narrowed the gap down about a second, so if we just keep coming.
Of fuel remaining.
10 more minutes of fuel remaining.
Your
So a
left
little
front
bit
has a
of
bit of
reserve.
wear. Left side.
Alright, we're coming through here, guys. We're gonna take this position.
Still there. Clear left. Car left. Clear left. Car left. Clear left. Nice one, mate.
Nice. Alright, let's keep coming.
14th. That lap time was 1:25.69. Good lap. That's your quickest so far. Car right. He's
These
still
damn
there.
AI
Right.
send it on the inside right there, and I can't take the apex. I'm not gonna run by like that.
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes left.
Just to let you by. Alright, come on. A little bit of contact through here, it looks
Left
like.
side.
I'm gonna try to take that
Still
outside, inside for the chicane.
He's still there. Clear left. Car right.
no.
Right side's clear. Car left.
I was sliding all through there.
Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
Alright, let's get in there.
On your right. He's still there.
Great little battle going on
Still
right
there.
here.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear right. Okay, Zach. Push now. We can catch this guy.
Got a really good exit through there. Push.
Clear left.
Push.
Car left. Clear left. Sector 2 is 1.9 seconds off the pace. Car right. Clear right. On your left.
Man, that car just screwed me. Oops,
Clear
sorry.
left. On your right.
That car totally screwed me by taking the inside
Still
line
there.
like that.
Clear right. Right side. Clear right. You've had a bit of suspension damage.
I don't feel it. Car feels fine. Jesus, this is a workout. Not even gonna lie. Getting tired. Oh
Car
my
right.
god.
Clear right.
Dude, we just stopped right on the apex. Alright, let's just
Car right.
get some
Right
points for
side's
the
clear.
championship. Golly, that's frustrating.
We've seen front blocking going into Telemetry box. V24, don't forget to use your DRS.
I didn't even know you would use DRS here.
Car right. Still there. Car right.
That's so
Clear
frustrating.
right.
They just
Right
keep
side.
diving on the
Right side's
inside
clear.
like that.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Can you get a quick line through here?
Car left. Clear left.
Like this car that just dove in like that. Holy crap. This is really frustrating now.
Car right. Clear right. On your right.
Oh my gosh.
Hold your
Gucci,
line.
you
Left
said it's
side.
clear.
Clear left.
Alright, I'm done, I think. I'm so frustrated. Let's just watch the replay though. Man, talk about frustrating. Ugh. Yeah, these AI, man. They're so aggressive at Zolder. They're diving up the inside like no one's business. I'll see if it'll come back too. Hopefully it does. No, please don't crash on me. Alright, let's watch where the incident's at. That looks like some good close racing. Let's watch that. Had a really good run through there, it looked like. A little side action to the inside line. Run super late right there. That was nice. That's where I was losing the back end. I need to be covering that inside line so much more than what I was doing. Alright, let's watch the red. Watch this guy just dive up the inside though, right here. Look at him. Like, he just totally took the inside. Oh, there's a contact. Yeah, that's where I lost all those positions. Ooh, a little wide there. He was way slower through the apex right there. I just wasn't expecting that. I love how smooth this game runs. Like, it just looks so good. Let's look at so this is the data for the actual race. Yeah, the damper histograms look on point. Like, look at that. That's really good. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'm going to go eat some dinner. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me pause this real quick. Some contact there. Not a lot to do when it comes to doing setup work in RaceRoom. The setups are really set up from the get-go, but hopefully some of the things I looked at, you guys can get some value of. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the Discord or post a comment in the description down below. I'll try to answer it the best I can, but I hope you guys have a good night, and I will check you guys later.